is why we have come here to thank you. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
The General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress and my Vice Chairman, Chief Ahudu Sofo Azoka, who is also present here. All other protocols duly observed. I also stand here to add my voice to that of the General Secretary in thanking you, the Muslim community of this country, and to thank the Chief Imam very profusely. If for nothing at all, you have demonstrated through this election that Ghana is a secular state and remains a secular state. You have demonstrated the purpose of election, and that is to choose leaders based on their integrity, based on their honesty, and based on their capacity to run this country and create conditions for all religious faiths to practice their religion without fear or favor. There were attempts in the early part of the campaigning to make the election look like we are going to vote for people who are aligned to our religion. I think at some rallies, I did indicate that that would be a very dangerous precedent for the country, because the Constitution has established the state of Ghana to be a secular state. And so the responsibility of leadership of the country is to create conditions where each and every citizen will be able to practice their faith, will be given equal treatment, will be given the opportunity to take advantage of anything that the state of Ghana can offer without looking at their religion, their language, or the dressing they put on. I am happy that that message resonated very well in the Zongos. And all attempts to create the impression that Muslims should vote for a Muslim candidate flatly failed. We are here today because we have elected a president whom we trust will create conditions of equity and fairness for every citizen to practice their religion, to create conditions of equity so that every citizen of this country can take advantage of all opportunities that the country can offer. I believe that once our democracy has survived this very important stress test, we are in for a long haul and our democracy will survive. Thank you very much for all your contributions towards ensuring peace during the election. We thank you for the prayers that were offered for us in all Zongo communities we visited. We know that Allah heard your prayers and chose President John Dramani Mahama for us. And that is why we have come here to thank you. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you. Chairman General.
Thank you. A round of applause once again to the National Chairman of the Great NDC. At-Takbir. Ladies and gentlemen,
His Eminence, the National Chief Imam, Alhaji Osman Sharabutu, the Chairman and General Secretary of our party, I should recognize Excellency Vice President of the Republic. For us Muslims, and now Pishulana and Dane, for us Muslims, you know, I simply should just say that, hail the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama. Hail the Vice President, Professor Naana. And you know, for the two of them, you know what the Quran says? They represent today the twin miracle of Ghana and the miracle of Allah, the miracle of God. Excellency John Dramani Mahama, my colleague MPs are duly acknowledged. Alhaji Collins Dauda is the most senior Muslim MP ever in Ghana. And Alhaji Guru Yaya and my colleague Muntaka, colleague MPs. So my task is a very simple one. Is to introduce to you the President of the Republic and the Commander-in-Chief of the Republic. But before doing so, you know my Imam of the Sunnah was sitting right to my right. One Nasara Batama Ayiba. I'm quoting him. So because of this miracle, my duty is to introduce the president who is coming to pursue his purpose with tenacity to reset Ghana.
Mama!
The president who is assuring all of you that he would continue to build and improve on the foundations for religious tolerance and coexistence in Ghana. And the president who will govern with the compassion Allah wa Ta'ala has spoken about in the Quran. That John Dramani Mahama, the president of Ghana, will govern with humility and with compassion. Indeed, he promises to convert the intolerance, the impunity, the arrogance of the MPP into will of strength. Without much ado, Mr. President, he is here to do what the Quran says in Quran verses 93:11. Fa'ama bi'ni'mati rabbika. President Mahama is here to express gratitude to the National Chief Imam, the Muslim Ummah, our respected chiefs, and the entire country for Allah's grace and Allah's gratitude. Without much ado, on the authority of His Eminence, Osman No Sharabutu, hail the President. Mr. President, your Muslim audience. I hear that one of our colleagues want to do secret. to recite Quran and to Aman Rasul Kabashi Boya. أعوذ بالله بيدك الخير إنك على كل شيء قدير تولج الليل في النهار وتولج النهار في الليل وتخرج الحي من الميت وتخرج الميت من الحي وترزق من تشاء بغير حساب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون كلنا آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله وقالوا سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين صدق الله العظيم. So on the strength of the Quranic verse, it says that God does not give you a burden you cannot carry. So Allah wa ta'ala knows the burden he has imposed on you as President of the Republic. The first verse he recited, the Mulk ayah, and somebody associated with it. It also says that I am the sovereign, that I, Allah, am the sovereign. I can take the sovereign away from anybody and give to the one I wish. Hail the President of the Republic of Ghana, President
Thank you very much. Can you resume your seats? Thank you very much. I agree with our brother who recited the Quran that truly Allah is the sovereign and it is Him who grants authority to whoever He so pleases. And so with humility, I wish to thank Allah for the favor that He has placed on us. Your Excellency, the history-making Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Jane Naana Opoku Ajimai. Our father, the National Chief Imam, Sheikh Dr. Usman Nuhu Sharutu. Our father, Sheikh Umar Ibrahim, National Chief Imam of Al Sunnah wal Jama'ah. Chief Alasan Andani Pishiguna, our Council of Zongo Chiefs and Imams, Sheikh Amin Bonsu of the Ghana Muslim Mission, the Chairman of the MDC Party, General Mosquito, our General Secretary, Fifi Fiabikwete, our members of Parliament present here, all people, citizens who are gathered here at this event, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I greet you with the Muslim greeting of Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.
It is both a privilege and a profound honor for me to stand before you this August gathering today. And it is a divine coincidence that my first public function after being sworn in as president was to attend the Jalsa Salana convention of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission. And my second public appearance is at this National Thanksgiving for the Muslim community. We thank Allah for His graciousness. With humility and gratitude, we come together to offer thanks to Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, the most beneficent, for the peaceful and successful conduct of Ghana's general elections held on 7th December 2024. I'm here to say thank you, first and foremost, to my father, the National Chief Imam, for the prayers that he continued to say for me. I remember after I was selected as the flag bearer of the NDC party, I visited him to inform him of the good news and asked him for his prayers so that our heart's desire shall be achieved. And so if Allah has listened to our supplications and granted our heart's desire, it is only proper that we thank Allah, but also thank my father, the Chief Imam, for his prayers. I want to thank Sheikh Umar and all the other Muslim clerics and leaders who offered prayers on my behalf. May Allah bless all of you. Our presence here today is not just a formality. It is a declaration of our deep understanding that every blessing we enjoy as a people and as a nation comes from Allah. He has been our guide, He's been our protector, and our sustainer throughout the challenges and the triumphs of this critical democratic exercise. And Surah Ibrahim 14 verse 7 says that if you are grateful for what He has done for you, He will bestow on you more favor. But He says if you are ungrateful, His punishment is terrible. And so Allah, we come here to show that we're grateful for all that you have done for us. Indeed, we cannot thank Allah enough. We crisscross the length and breadth of this nation in different groups campaigning for victory in this election. I led one campaign team. Professor Naana led another one. And our national chairman, Asiedu Nketia, was also in the lead of another campaign. These were the main campaign teams that spearheaded the national campaign. But we also had the regional and constituency campaign teams. We must give thanks to God that He allowed us to travel over several months and over several kilometers, thousands of kilometers, without any casualties. For my campaign team, by the time we finished and we got to the rally at Medina, we had easily done more than 30,000 kilometers around this country. And we did not suffer even one accident. And so we thank God for His mercy. It is only He who could have granted us that mercy. If you look at the results of the elections too, you'll find that the NDC won in most of the Muslim communities. And as our chairman said, it shows that we come with the recognition that our nation is a secular nation. And that all of us, no matter our ethnicity, no matter our religion, no matter our political affiliation, all of us are citizens of this dear nation called Ghana. And so I come here again to express my thanks to all Muslims in Ghana for the support and love that you have shown me. And it's only Allah that can repay you for the love that you have shown. Fellow Ghanaians, I use that intentionally. Fellow I'm sure you haven't heard that for quite some time. Fellow Ghanaians, my brothers and sisters, elections are a defining moment in the life of any nation. They test our resolve, challenge our unity, and showcase our commitment to the values of freedom, justice, and equality. As Ghanaians, we're proud to say that we have yet again demonstrated to the world that ours is a country that is founded on peace, democracy, and the rule of law. The success of this year's election is a victory not only for democracy, but also for Ghana's standing as a beacon of peace on the African continent. We're grateful to Allah for granting us the wisdom and patience to navigate this process without any significant upheavals. This achievement did not come by chance. It is the result of the collective effort of various stakeholders who prioritize the interest of Ghana above all else. The Electoral Commission deserves special mention for superintending the elections. The security agencies too played a vital role in ensuring that peace prevailed, and all the political party agents and others who worked to make this election a success. We say, may Allah bless you. But above all this and others, all united in prayer and action, demonstrating that when we put our trust in Allah, He will always guide us to success. I wish to specifically commend the Muslim community for its remarkable contribution to this success we achieved. Our imams, chiefs, and elders were unwavering in their efforts to preach peace, unity, and tolerance during the electoral process. Your prayers, guidance, and advocacy for understanding were instrumental in ensuring that tensions were diffused and disputes were resolved amicably. Islam teaches us that leadership is a trust and that peace is essential for progress. By following these principles, the Muslim community has once again shown its dedication to national unity and development. Even though this election passed on peacefully, we must recognize that a few of our citizens lost their lives. My understanding is almost 5 of our citizens were killed in the process of the election. This is not the first time. In 2020, we know that 8 of our citizens were killed. If these continue and justice is not served, then what it does is it breeds impunity. And that's why, as a party, we have said that we must investigate and find out what led to these killings, so that we can take action so that it won't happen again. So I asked my secretary, executive secretary, to write to the IGP to give us a report on the status of investigations into these killings. Justice must be done, and we also will ask the Attorney General when he takes office to determine fair and adequate compensation for the families of those who have lost their lives. As we offer our thanksgiving today, we must remember that the end of elections marks the beginning of greater responsibility for all of us. Regardless of political affiliation, we must work together to work towards our shared vision and that is the development and prosperity of Ghana. Our diversity as a people is not a weakness, indeed it is our strength. Whether we're Muslims or Christians or from any other faith, our collective aspirations for a better future binds us together. And let us therefore commit to fostering harmony and mutual respect in all aspects of our lives. We must also recognize that elections are not without their challenges. Disagreements, tensions, and competition are natural in any democratic process. However, we must also remember that these challenges should not divide us. They should inspire us to work harder for peace and understanding. And that is why, once again, I call on all our supporters and other persons who are involved in illegal actions, such as looting goods and occupying government offices and installations, to desist from doing this. We must do things differently to maintain the trust and confidence that Ghanaians have reposed in us. Many people have said it is the same thing the MPP did when they came in 2017, and that's why Ghanaians have voted them out. We must not copy the mistakes that they made. And so I plead with our supporters, let us do things in an orderly manner. The government is being formed, ministers will be put in place, other officials will be appointed, and as I promised, we'll have a full cabinet within 14 days. And so we'll have ministers in charge, and if you have any issues, you can go to our ministers and have them resolved. So please, let's exercise restraint. Ladies and gentlemen, in the run-up to the campaign for the election, my father, the National Chief Imam, led the Muslim group to present to me the Muslim manifesto for inclusion in our NDC manifesto. And as you've heard, 12 of the 14 points that were presented to us were captured in our manifesto. We intend to keep our promise that was made to the Muslim community. And I can highlight a few of the promises. And one was that we'll reduce Hajj fares drastically. I have formed a Hajj task force that is led currently, 5-member Hajj task force, that is led currently by our longest serving MP, the Honorable Collins Dowda. And they'll be leaving for the Holy Land on Monday to participate in the Hajj conference. And one of the tasks that I have given them is to go and make arrangements so that we can bring the Hajj fares as low as possible, so that as many Muslims who intend to perform the pilgrimage can do so. We promised to add one more holiday to the Eid al-Fitr. So as soon as Parliament settles, we're going to amend the Holidays Act to include an extra holiday on the occasion of Eid al-Fitr. And so this year, after we finish the fast of the Ramadan, we will have 2 holidays on Sunday. We also promised to uphold the constitutional provision that Ghanaians are free to belong to any religion and to profess their religion. Professing our religion includes how we dress. And so in that vein, we will protect the right of Muslim women to wear their hijabs. We also promised to provide more scholarships for students in deprived communities, especially the Muslim communities, to study 3 main subjects: medicine, so that we can have more doctors who are Muslim, to study law, and to study ICT, information and communications technology. We also promised to train and recruit more Arabic teachers so that we can have enough teachers in Islamic schools. And then also, we promised to establish the Soyeya Fund, which will be a fund, a microcredit scheme that supports our mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters who live in deprived Muslim communities. And finally, not the final, there are many others, but I just chose a few. We also promised to introduce Islamic banking instruments. And so we will begin the discussion with the Bank of Ghana on how we introduce Islamic banking instruments into our banking and financial system. A few words to our leaders, both those who are elected and those who continue to serve. This moment of Thanksgiving is also a moment for reflection. Leadership is a sacred trust and it comes with enormous responsibility. We pray that Allah grants all of us wisdom, humility and compassion to govern in a manner that prioritizes the welfare of our people. The Quran reminds us in Surah Al-Imran, chapter 3, verse 159, and I quote, that it is by Allah's mercy that you are gentle to them. And had you been rough and hard-hearted, they would certainly have dispersed from around you. So pardon them and ask forgiveness for them and consult them in all matters. And so this verse underscores the importance of servant leadership, because you are in leadership to serve the people. And to serve the people, you need to be humble and inclusive. We therefore urge our leaders to listen to the voices of the people, to build bridges across divides, and to lead with justice and fairness. Today, as we give thanks, let us also renew our commitment to continuous prayer for our nation. Let us pray for peace in our homes, prosperity in our endeavors, and harmony among our people. We pray that Allah protects Ghana from strife and grants us the grace to overcome any challenges that may come our way. As Muslims, we must also continue to be agents of peace in our communities. Let us educate our youth on the importance of tolerance and the value of dialogue. Let us reject violence, hate speech, and division, and instead promote understanding and love for one another. In conclusion, my dear brothers and sisters, fellow Ghanaians, I want to remind all of us that this Thanksgiving is not just about what has been achieved, but it's also about what lies ahead of us. The real work begins now, as we move forward to build a Ghana that is peaceful, prosperous, and inclusive. Let us uphold the spirit of unity and collaboration, knowing that our strength lies in our collective effort, and together with Allah's guidance, we can achieve greatness for our beloved nation. May Allah bless our efforts. May Allah guide our leaders. May Allah protect our nation. May He continue to grant us peace. May He continue to grant us unity. May He continue to grant us prosperity. Once again, I thank you all for your prayers, your commitment, your love for Ghana, and may Allah bless us all. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Ghana. Jodramani Mahama. Jodramani Mahama.
Welcome. Let's welcome the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Naana J. With a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana.
Hold me the outside.
Thank you. Thank you. The media people, you can create some space for us so that we start the program immediately.
Thank you.